welcome to Sri Sathya Sai Loka Seva Gurukulam online classes. How are you all? Come on, give a good smile. Okay, Colgate smile. You need not show the teeth. Have you brushed the teeth today? Very good. So be ready with a pen and book. And we are coming to the last portion of this chapter. Last but one, of course, one more is there. And this is about combustion and flame. Let us just revise what you have seen in the previous class. Combustible substances are the substances which burn in air. Can I give some example? Yes? Candle, correct? Then petrol, diesel, etc., etc. Is it not? And we have got ignition temperature, lowest temperature at which a combustion substance catches fire. So it will not catch off its own record. Some other agent is needed, correct? And that temperature at which the substance catches fire is called ignition temperature. To light a lamp, for example, what do? You take a matchbox, you take a matchstick and strike it on the surface of the matchbox. So after 2, 3 like this, it catches fire. That is brought near the wick of the lamp or candle. And don't forget to remove that black substance which is in the top of that. Then you find after some time it catches fire. That is what is called as ignition temperature. And for a fire to happen, 3 things are needed. One is fuel, second is heat, third is oxygen. So fire extinguisher means controlling any one of the 3. So fire can be controlled by removing one or more of the requirements needed for producing fire. You can remove fuel or heat or oxygen or all of them. Then that is how you can control fire. So one of the fire extinguishers is water. It is commonly used. But this water cannot be used for controlling fires involving electrical equipments. So electrical gadgets are there, you cannot use water. So what then? Then you have to use carbon dioxide, correct? So now let us see the home assignment. First question, state the essential requirements for producing fire. Come on, what are they? Fuel, air, and then heat. These are the 3 things required to produce fire. So why do you want air? To supply oxygen. Why do you want heat? To raise the temperature of fuel beyond the ignition temperature. So if these 3 are there, you can produce fire. So what are the fire extinguishers? Name any 2 types. Fire extinguisher is a device to control fire. The most common fire extinguisher is water. So they will have long pipes having water in pressure, and it is sprayed in which the fire is caught. Have you seen it? Even in forest fire also they do that. For extinguishing inflammable substances like petrol, carbon dioxide, petrol, diesel, etc., carbon dioxide is used as a fire extinguisher. So it is a steel body, is it not? There will be a nozzle on the top of that. You have to keep that nozzle open and then it is sprayed into the surface where the fire is caught. The third question, how is the fire extinguished when carbon dioxide is passed into the fire? So in case of electrical equipments or petrol fires, diesel fires, and sometimes the refineries itself catch fire. You might have heard which is the largest refinery in India in the sea. Can I name the place? Yes, it is Bombay High. Where it is? It is about 30 kilometers from the Bombay seashore. So in the middle of the sea, that Bombay High is a very indigenous, prestigious work of the scientists and engineers. The whole world has saluted India for its remarkable achievement of getting oil, petroleum from the seabeds. Please note, it is not easy because there will be waves, there will be fishes, big fishes, and the water is salty water, and they cannot stand there because it will be very deep also. But anyway, the scientists and engineers of India have shown to the whole world that India is a leading country. It can achieve anything and everything. So anyway, what I was telling is, in the case of that oil, there was a leakage once in the petroleum that is being supplied to the Bombay city. There is a leakage. So immediately what you have to do? You have to pass carbon dioxide. So when the fire is extinguished, what does carbon dioxide do? The carbon dioxide released from the cylinder expands enormously and in volume and cools down. It brings the temperature of the fuel, brings down the temperature. So what happens? What are the three things? Namely, fuel, already told, just for revision, fuel, oxygen and heat. So here the temperature is brought down by carbon dioxide, and that is how it controls. Water is not suitable for extinguishing fire involving petrol or diesel. Why? Because water is heavier than oil, heavier than petrol, diesel, kerosene, etc. So what happens? Water will sink down. It will go down below the oil, and oil keeps burning on the top. That is why water is not suitable for extinguishing fire involving petrol or diesel. So the oil, floats on the surface of water. So if you put more water on that, what happens? Oil will be there only, and it will catch fire of its own accord. So what is the solution? Solution is, you have to use carbon dioxide in case of petrol or diesel leakage. Okay, now coming to today's topic, types of combustion. One of the combustion that takes place involving evolution of heat and light rapidly, means quickly, is called rapid combustion. For example, when a burning matchstick or gas lighter is brought near the gas stove, that's how they do it. How many know how to operate this gas stove? All of you? Okay. So what do? You will have a gas lighter. You have to press it, and you have to on this stove. When the gas light is brought near the stove, what happens? It catches fire immediately. You have seen it? Correct? Okay. So that is called rapid combustion. Even students also, you can have, there are some boys or girls who quickly observe things immediately. Ekapatis they are called. Who can understand things only once. They are called rapid students. Here we are referring to rapid combustion. So even the forest fire is a spontaneous combustion. The type of combustion in which a material suddenly bursts into flames without the application of any apparent cause of its own accord. How many have seen forest fires? Yes, especially in in the summer season, when the earth's layer become hot. What happens? The grass that is dried, it catch fire of its own accord. That is called as forest fires. Is an example for spontaneous combustion. For example, if you keep white phosphorus, do you know where white phosphorus is kept? It's kept in the cold water. Why? Because of the same reason. It gives what is called as spontaneous combustion. So you take out from the bottle containing water. So white phosphorus is taken. You should not touch in hand. You should use spatula. And you must dry it in filter paper. If you keep some time, suddenly it catches fire. How many have seen it? Okay. So white phosphorus catches fire spontaneously. Of course, you must dry it and then only keep it. Because its magnesium temperature is very less, around 30 to 35 degrees Celsius. So what happens when phosphorus burns in oxygen? It forms a dense white smoke will be formed. That is of phosphorus pentoxide. That is the reaction that takes place. When phosphorus is exposed to air or oxygen, dense white smoke of phosphorus pentoxide will be formed. And this principle is used in the military also. You might have heard. They create lot of smoke screen it is called. Substances like that of phosphorus, because it catches fire easily, the lot of smoke is produced just to avoid or just to resist the opponents or attack. Then forest fires in hot summer. There is also example for spontaneous combustion. What about third one? Third one also is there. That is called explosion. You heard about bomb explosion? Yeah. So what is explosion? When the firecracker is ignited, a reaction takes place, sudden reaction takes place, evolution of heat, light and sound. What you call atom bomb in Deepavali time. Remember? There will be a small wick at the end of the bomb. So when a lighted agrabatti or a matchstick is brought near that wick, after some time, the ignition temperature is needed. Suddenly it gives burst called as explosion. In that explosion, you have heat also, light also, sound also. In Deepavali, you might have seen, you just light it and run away from the place. Why are you running away? Because it gives lot of sound and lot of light and heat. And explosion can also take place if pressure is applied on the firecracker. Also, you might have heard about dynamite. When the big rocks are broken, what is it called? Dynamite. In dynamite, what happens? There are cylindrical pipes inside which there will be some chemicals like TNT, etc. All are connected to each other. At one end there will be a wick. Your duty is to just give light to the wick and coming out. You should not stand there. What happens if you stand there? The whole earth, means the rocks which are there, it will suddenly explode. That gives damage. So you must be very careful in that case. So explosion, large amount of gas is liberated. Such a reaction is called explosion. You can see here. Even you might have heard about the atom bomb that was exploded. In which year? 1945. Where? In Hiroshima and Nagasaki. By whom? By American scientists at Japan harbors, namely Hiroshima and Nagasaki. There was a lot of huge explosion was there. Okay. So it can also take place when there is a pressure is applied. So this is what is called as explosion. Now let us see what is meant by a flame. Substance which vaporizes during burning gives off a flame. So flame is a substance which vaporizes. For example, kerosene oil, candle, deepa, etc., etc. So I have seen this kerosene oil. This is a wick here, and you have to open this and the glass will come up. You have to take a burning matchstick and bring near this, and there will be a light like this. Similarly, candle. I did not tell about candle. And this is what is this called? Bunsen burner. Where it is used? Laboratories. There will be a hole here just to control the gas to come, and there will be a pipe here where the gas is supplied. So the gas will come here inside, and here there will be a nozzle. So it catches fire, forming flame, what is called as flame. So these are some of the examples of flames. You might have heard a song in Hindi. ज्योति से ज्योति जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो. So by one lamp you can light thousands of lamps. Correct? So also with a loving heart, your love should spread all over the world. Okay, just like the Ganges flow. So live in love. Love is God, live in love, says Bhagwan Baba. What is love? Love is selflessness. Self is lovelessness. Okay. So this flame gives us a lesson for all of us. What a lesson you can learn? One of the lesson is that it removes darkness. Similarly, all of us have darkness, ignorance. That has to be removed by the light of wisdom. And second lesson it gives that be selfless. So candle, for example, go on reducing in size. It go on gives lighting to others, but it reduces itself. Selfless. Correct? And third lesson is you must melt in front of God, or during puja time or meditation time. You must melt like a lamp, candle. So melting also will become soft. So these are some of the lessons. Also by using one candle, you can light thousands of candles. Means if we realize God within us, then by our thoughts, words and actions, others also will try to become God. That is what our Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai says. So materials forming flame on burning. So all materials do not form flames. What about candle? Suppose you bring a matchstick, burning matchstick near a candle. What happens? It forms a flame. You have seen it? There are different regions which you are going to study in next class. Magnesium also forms a flame. And what about camphor? It also forms a flame for some time. It not long last because it is inflammable. Kerosene stove also, it forms a flame. What about charcoal? It does not form a flame. It burns of its own accord. Correct? So this is the answer for this table, asking about forming a flame or not. So shall we see home assignment? Okay, first question, name the 3 kinds of combustion. Second question, classify the following into 3 kinds of combustion: burning the crackers, forest fires, gas lighter brought near the gas stove. Okay, and next question, burning white phosphorus. What kind of combustions are these? You must tell. What are the names of the combustion type? Rapid combustion, spontaneous combustion, explosion. So you must tell what type it is. Third question, what is a flame? Give an example. Let us see, for Sri Krishna Janmashtami, let us see the message of Lord Krishna told by Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. The day on which selfless love is born in your hearts will be Krishna's birthday, because Krishna is the embodiment of pure, unsullied divine love. Correct? So this is a beautiful photo of Krishna. Who is Krishna? Most attractive personality. Correct? So he is an embodiment of divine love. So love, Krishna stands for divine love and divine, selfless service. Both were there in Krishna. So come prepared for the home assignment. Thank you.